All right, gang, welcome back. We're going to create this spring. It's very similar to the hex head bolt, so let's get started. The very first thing you're going to want to do is create a new part studio and right click and call it spring. So rename your part studio to spring. And we are going to create a sketch on the top plane, and it is going to be a 2-inch circle. So click on your top panel to swing it around, start a sketch on that top plane, Shift S, and we are going to make our work planes invisible. We're going to grab our center point circle and we are going to draw a 2-inch circle. Once we've done that, we are going to send it into isometric mode. We're going to extrude. Obviously, this is the top, so we're going to extrude it down, and we're going to make this spring 5 inches long. There we go. 5 inches long. Hit that green check, and we are ready to go on to step number 2. Click on the front of your view cube, and it's going to swing it around for you. And just like we did before, we're going to choose our helix tool. That's the letter H, or excuse me, not the letter H. You can hunt for it in your search bar by typing helix, or you can find it in your work planes menu. So grab your helix tool, click on the face, and it wants to give us 4 revolutions. We're going to change that. Let's go 16 revolutions. There we go. Maybe we'll go 15 revolutions. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Spread it out a little bit. All right, once we've got that, we're going to hit that green check box, and we are ready to move on to our next part. Just like we did with the bolt, we need to find the work plane that bisects our part, and I believe since we did the top panel, it should be this front plane right here. So if I click on it to highlight it and then click on the right side of my view cube, yep, I can see that in fact it does exactly what I want it to do. So I'm going to make my part invisible, and we're going to come in here and we're going to start a sketch on our front plane. So we got the front panel connected. We're going to hit Shift S to start that, and we're going to spin this around so we're facing the back of our part. And I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to grab my center point circle. I'm going to find the end right there. I want that point there. I'm going to click on it, and we're going to make this 0.03. There we go, 0.03, and we're going to finish the sketch. And when we do, we can come back over here and we can spin it around. And now we're going to do the same thing that we did with our bolt. We're going to use that sweep tool, zoom in so you can grab that circle, click on that circle. Now it wants to know the path. So you're going to click on that red box, click on your spring or your helix, and it's going to make that circle follow the path of that helix. And you know what? 0.03 was awfully small. So I'm going to come back into sketch number 2, and I'm going to adjust my measurement. I'm going to say 0.3. That might make it a little, yeah, that's going to make it better. Oh, that's way too big, huh? All right, so you can play with this. I don't really care how big. Let's see. Instead of 0.3, maybe I'll make it 0.15. We'll split the difference, 0.15. There we go. That's what we want. All right, and that is our spring. All right, so that's helix, and that is your sweep tool. And what I want you to do, right click on your part studio, call it spring, and then over here you notice you have 2 different parts. Part 1 is that cylinder that we drew. We don't want to do anything with that. All we want is the spring, so we're going to right click on part 2, rename it, and call it spring, and you are done. That's the spring. All right, come back and we will make the house key together.